California toddler's mother and grandparents broke into her father's car this week when they found the little girl locked inside with the windows rolled up as temperatures soared into the lower 100s. Jose Ladle Woodcock Cerner, 24 years of age, failed to bring Little Meadow home at the end of a court-ordered 2-hour visitation. This happened August the 4th. So because of this, the family went to his house to find the toddler, her name Meadow. So the family walked up to his house, knocked on the door. There wasn't a response, but the girl's grandmother saw from the corner of her eye something in the father's car. So the family investigated, and lo and behold, Little Meadow was in the car. Members of the family tried to smash the window. They weren't able to do that. The grandfather got a tool from his car and then subsequently did smash the window and was able to pull out Little Meadow. She was incoherent. She was unresponsive. Her eyes were barely open. She was bright red. Her heart rate was off the charts. She couldn't lift her head and she wasn't able to move her limbs. She was at death's door. We're not provided with the full details, but we are told that the toddler, her name Meadow, was taken to hospital and is still recovering from the incident. So let's hope and pray that she is able to make a full recovery. I would imagine she will be able to, that I'm guessing, of course, but I would imagine that she's been taken out of the danger zone, taken to hospital. I would hope and pray that she would have gotten all of the medical support that she would need. So let's hope that she is able to get over this physically and psychologically as well. Police were called. The father refused to exit the home even when the police arrived. But the next day, police obtained a warrant for his arrest on a child abuse charge and he was taken into custody. So the father's name, Jose Ladle Woodcock Cerner, 24 years of age, an absolute scumbag from California, left his daughter, we're not told the daughter's age, told that she's a toddler, left his daughter in the car in the heat. Thankfully, the family came and were able to rescue her. Is it possible that Jose Cerner made a mistake, that he forgot? Is that possible? I'm going to say yes, it is possible. I'm going to say that his actions of refusing to open the door when the family arrived, refusing to respond to police when they arrived, that is not a good look, in my opinion. That seems like he wants to evade any responsibility. But I would think that there's a good chance that this was an accident, that he forgot. There are a lot of deaths of children in cars every year. There's a website which tracks this. I forget the name of that website. And we're going to mention a bit of an anecdote. Just yesterday, I was out and about in Sydney, Australia. I was in a shopping centre and I happened to see a young woman run up to a police car that was parked in the car park of the shopping centre. I saw a young mother run up and say to the officer, with a smile on her face, by the way, and she said to the officer, "I've locked my car with my kids inside. My phone's in there, my handbags, my keys inside the car. I need some help to open the car." Now, I don't know if the police were called there to attend to this mother having locked her children in the car, or if the mother had just happened to see the police there. I think it's the latter. I think, I'm guessing that the police weren't there because they were just sat in their vehicle not doing anything. That mother ran to the vehicle. She was concerned for the welfare of her children. She wanted the problem to be solved. So she went to a police officer. She had a smile on her face. She wasn't overly concerned. It was a hot day, but perhaps the children were safe and well, and perhaps they'd only been left in there for a few minutes. I don't know. But my point is, these kind of situations can happen. I don't think it's necessarily an act of absolute evil. That's my take on it. I'm not a parent, by the way. I've covered this kind of topic previously, and I have commentators say, look, if you're a parent, you absolutely need to be with your child at all times. It's not acceptable to forget. And it's also, bear in mind, this situation's happened with babysitters. We've seen that just in the last few weeks, about a month or so ago. A babysitter left one of the children in a car. I can't remember if that child survived or not. Again, in this case, I feel a little bit of empathy potentially for the father. I don't know the full details, but it does seem at least possible that this was unintentional. I think a lot of people can be forgetful. I think we've all got a lot on our minds. So I think there is room for this near tragedy to have been an unintentional incident. Am I suggesting that the guy should get a pass? No, he should be punished. Thankfully, the girl survived due to the actions of her family, but it does seem, I would say, given his lack of engagement with the family, with police, that's informing us that he was being negligent to some extent, a large extent. So anyhow, I'm going to wrap up this article. I'm going to move on to the next.